Breaking news from Old Trafford, Manchester United have sacked Ruben Amorim after just 14 months in charge. The final straw was Sunday's 1-1 draw against Leeds United, which leaves the club sitting 6th in the Premier League. Former midfielder and current under-18s coach Darren Fletcher will step in as interim manager, starting with the trip to Burnley this Wednesday. A permanent replacement isn't expected until the summer. So what went wrong? It seems a complete breakdown in relationships behind the scenes was the key factor. The club officially stated the decision was made reluctantly because it's the right time to make a change to salvage the season. But the writing was on the wall. After the Leeds game, Amorim himself hinted at the tension. He made a point of calling himself the manager, not the coach, a clear jab at the new structure brought in by Sir Jim Ratcliffe and INEOS. He even said, "It's going to be like this for 18 months or when the board decide to change. I'm not going to quit." Well, the board decided. Amorim's exit will be a costly one for United. He signed a contract until 2027 with no discounted exit clause, meaning the club will have to pay him out in full. This adds to the more than £50 million United have spent just on firing managers since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. A big point of contention was Amorim's rigid preference for a 3-4-3 formation. Despite spending over £200 million on new signings like Benjamin Sesko, Brian Mumo, and Matheus Cunha, there was frustration that he couldn't get the players he needed for his system. Reports suggest that Director of Football Jason Wilcox had discussions with Amorim about his tactical choices. What was once a strong relationship clearly soured. Amorim felt his authority was being undermined, while the hierarchy, including Ratcliffe, saw it as necessary dialogue. This drama didn't just appear overnight. This whole situation raises serious questions about the INEOS project at Manchester United. Ratcliffe had previously said Amorim would get 3 years to prove himself. That was less than 3 months ago. They knew about his tactical philosophy when they hired him. In fact, concerns about his 3-4-3 system were raised before he was even appointed, with then sporting director Dan Ashworth suggesting other candidates. But they went with Amorim, and now just 14 months and £250 million in transfers later, they've pulled the plug. Ratcliffe had insisted that INEOS would decide the style of play, and the coach would have to adapt. They hired a coach with a very specific fixed system, backed him, and now have been forced to admit it was a mistake. Amorim stuck to his path, and it cost him his job. Now, almost 2 years into the INEOS era, the big question is, what path will Manchester United take next? It's another turbulent chapter for a club still searching for stability. What are your thoughts on this? Was sacking Amorim the right call? Who should be the next permanent manager at Old Trafford? Let me know down in the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you want to stay updated on all things football, make sure to subscribe.